everyone, welcome back to Hope Kids Online. As Matthew said last week, we're starting into a new series on the fruit of the Spirit. But before we get into that, we're going to start with our big challenge. I've been thinking a lot this week about what I can challenge you lot to do, and normally around this time of the year in school, we're getting ready for a big day. Now, this big day is called Sports Day. Now, hands up if you love Sports Day. I know I love Sports Day. I'm really competitive, so I love it. But today, I want to kind of challenge you with almost like a mini sports day. And this is kind of one of the fitness things I've been trying to do over lockdown. So get up off your feet and get ready. But first, I better get ready. Can't really do any sports stuff dressed like this. So give me five seconds and I will be back. Okay, so I came outside for this one because I just thought it'd be better to do it outside. So I've got changed, I'm ready to go. I've got my phone timer set for 1 minute 20 seconds and I'm gonna do a wall sit. So what you have to do is find a wall, like so. And you could do it in the house, you could do it outside, whatever you want. And you have to kind of like sit against the wall with your back straight and see how long you can hold it, okay? So I'm gonna start 1 minute 20 seconds, and this is the trick. If I can't get 1 minute 20 seconds, I am gonna do a forfeit, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you what the forfeit is until the end, but it's something completely disgusting that I do not want to do. So you don't want me to get 1 minute 20 seconds. I think I can do it, but if I can't, I have to do the forfeit, okay? So we're going to start this in 3, 2, 1. Oh no, there's still 13 seconds left, so I am going to have to do the forfeit. I'm not going to do it until the end, okay? So you have to watch the rest of the video to find out what the forfeit is. See you soon. I'm going to go get changed again because I don't want to be in this, okay? Bye! We're back. Today, for our story, we're going to look at another fruit of the Spirit, like Matthew was talking about last week. And today I have the fruit of the Spirit, and there's a bit of a song about this one, and it goes like this. It must be love, love, love. We are going to talk about the fruit of the Spirit called love. And to do that, we're going to focus on a story in the Bible on a guy called Zacchaeus. Now, it's found in Luke chapter 19, verse 1 to 10. And Zacchaeus, it tells us in this story that Zacchaeus was a tax collector. Now, tax collectors, they collected people's money to give to the government. So people really didn't like them because they basically just came and took all their money to give to the government. One day, Zacchaeus, he heard that Jesus was coming into town, and that made a big crowd gather. And this is where the story goes on. The issue, however, with Jesus coming to town was that Zacchaeus was a really small man. Like, he was so tiny, the Bible tells us. But that was a bit of an issue because there was a big crowd. So how was Zacchaeus ever going to see Jesus? And how was Jesus ever going to see Zacchaeus if he was so small? So then Zacchaeus, he had an idea, and his idea was to climb a tree. Now, I don't have a tree, but I have this. I have a little, it's not a tree, it's like a plant. I'm not very good at looking after it. As you can tell, it's a bit blue. But Zacchaeus, he climbed a tree because he thought if he was able to get to the top of the tree, that he would be able to see Jesus, and that Jesus would be able to see him. Now, the amazing thing about Zacchaeus in this story is that he climbs up this tree and Jesus notices him. Now, Jesus notices Zacchaeus up the tree. And the amazing thing about Jesus, the incredible thing about Jesus, is that he tells Zacchaeus to come down, that Jesus was going to come to his house that day. You see, Jesus noticed Zacchaeus even though there was a massive crowd, and he personally connects with Zacchaeus. And you know what? this story really teaches me this incredible truth about love. The thing that we should all think about when we're asking God to help us to love others is this. You see, Zacchaeus, I've already told you, he was an unlovable man to everyone as he took their money. But we can imagine, we can learn this incredible truth from Zacchaeus. We can learn that even unlovable, unkind people still want to be known and loved by God, even though they don't act like it. Zacchaeus, the Bible tells us that he wanted to see Jesus. So he wanted to see Jesus that day, even though he wasn't a very nice person. You see, the truth is that every person, no matter how nasty they are at times, at one point just want to be loved. And that's a great truth for us today, boys and girls, that we should know that even the unkind people, even the people that aren't the nicest to us, they just want to be loved. And Jesus loved Zacchaeus. And that's a real challenge for us as we think about the people in our lives who maybe aren't nice to us, or maybe who do unkind things to us, that we should love them. To keep loving people who are hard to love, because it's what Jesus done. You see, Jesus in this story gives us an incredible example, something that we can all learn from. He gives us this example of reaching out to someone who is unloved by many. See, Zacchaeus was unloved by many because he took their money. But Jesus, he goes out of his way to reach out to Zacchaeus. And remember that I told you that Jesus tells Zacchaeus to come down the tree because he was going to come to his house. Well, guess what? Jesus done that. Jesus went to Zacchaeus' house and he had dinner with him. Like, he had dinner with a sinner, someone who had done so much wrong, who wasn't a very nice person. Jesus sat and had dinner with him. And guess what? Zacchaeus ends up giving his heart to Jesus. And he says that if he's cheated anyone money, he was going to give them 4 times that money back. Zacchaeus' heart really has been changed. That's the amazing thing about God's love, that he changes our heart. How amazing that Jesus went out of his way to reach out, and Zacchaeus' heart is changed by God's love. So here's our takeaway points. The takeaway points is that everyone deep down in some way wants to be loved, and God wants us to love each other. We have to love those who sometimes are hard to love, and the Bible shows us in this story that we should love those who maybe others don't. Like, I don't know, if you see someone maybe sitting by themselves, you could go and you could sit beside them. Or maybe if your brother or sister today does something that annoys you, instead of fighting back, instead of arguing back, you could just remember to love them. Because remember, each person just wants somehow in some way deep down to be loved, and that's what God asks us to do. He wants us to have the fruit of the Spirit of love. And if we ask God to help us to love one another, he will help us to do that. It might be really difficult, but he will help us to do that. And there's this verse in the Bible that I want us to learn to help us to remember about the fruit of the Spirit of love. And it's found in John chapter 13, verse 34. And it says this. It says, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." Really, really easy. I'm going to say it again. John chapter 13, verse 34. "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." Now, in Hope Kids, we're pretty good at doing songs for our memory verse, so I give myself the challenge that I'm going to come up with a song for this memory verse that you can try and you can sing along, or if you can come up with a better song, you can do that. But the song I'm going to do goes a bit like this. "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." Like a wee bit of like a hip hop, I don't know, what kind of dance. I'm not very good at dancing, but that'll help us to get it in our head. So it goes like this. "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." Yeah, get it? Okay, so I want you, wherever you are, to try that. You could pause the TV, you could try and rewind it, whatever you can to get this memory verse in your head. I'll do it one more time. So John chapter 13, verse 34 says this: "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another." Brilliant. Now, boys and girls, you have been great today. Thank you for coming along to Hope Kids Online. We've learnt about the fruit of the Spirit called love. We've learnt about Zacchaeus, who was a tax collector, and he climbed a tree to see Jesus. And Jesus saw him, and Jesus went to his house, and Jesus loved him, and his heart was really, really changed. Now, I am going to go get the stuff to do this forfeit. So, my forfeit, now if you know me, you will know the fruit that we're going along with the theme that I hate with everything inside of me, like it's made me feel sick already, is bananas. So what I've done is mushed up banana. Actually looks like baby food, and I'm going to eat it. Now, I'm actually already feeling sick looking at it. You ready? Oh my word. Oh. Oh. See you later.